Hello guys and welcome to the WVW. We've got some Chinese Dota coming your way. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit and we've got a round of 16 match WVW, a 16 team single elimination tournament and a pretty big round of 16 match. We've got two of the top dogs, two of the favorites in the Chinese scene, Invictus Gaming up against Vici Gaming. Not too sure how they ended up against each other in the first round, but they're playing each other best of one. I'm not alone for this best of one. I will be joined by my fellow caster. It's going to be Mr. Bulba, Liquid Bulba. Are you with me, man?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good.
Thanks
It's
for
an hour
waiting around
wait.
with me. Yeah. Well, quote unquote postponed, according to the, well, I don't know whether it was postponed or what, but you're still awake, I'm still awake. We're good to go.
Yeah.
How about that tournament bracket?
That's interesting bracket. The TI9 champions.
I'm surprised they got knocked out, man. I thought they were going to go the distance. TI9 champions.
Yeah. Did they already get knocked out?
Yeah, they got knocked out by a team called Talent in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And so both those two teams did better than either IG or Vici Gaming. Like, one of these teams is getting knocked out in the round of 16. Meanwhile, Team Talent is in the semifinals.
Wow.
The entire top half of the bracket was like LGD, Hyper Glory team, ZSMG's team, and then like no one else that well known. Like, I don't know. This bracket's bizarre.
So it's gonna be like one of the lower tier 2 Chinese teams versus like one of these two teams probably in the finals, I guess.
HGT's in the final, so ZSMJ's team is in the final. Like, they're kind of not considered like a top tier Chinese team just yet, but they did beat LGD to get there.
Yeah.
And they'll be up against basically Vici Gaming, IG. The winner of this match will versus Newbie, and the winner of that match will versus Talent. So basically, we'll get a free road to the finals.
Yeah.
At least you'd expect. But
So interesting. Invictus IG giving up the Batrider to
Yeah.
ROTK. I think this is one of his favorite heroes to play. So
I haven't seen Vici Gaming play in a long time.
Yeah.
It's been fairly quiet.
I think most people, what they say about VG is like they're like that consistent team. They don't like usually just do fine. I don't know. I think
I don't know how consistent. Well, consistent maybe with like just a general drafting and play, but like you could play like RTK. I wouldn't call him that.
I mean like drafting wise, they'll find something they're good at and then they'll stick to it. Like I think last year it was near the December. They picked Pugna DK a bunch and they had like that kind of play style. They pushed early.
That was when they took the EMS 1 championship.
Yeah, they like Pugna DK'd and won that tournament.
Bristleback, man. They brought Bristleback
Yeah.
to the west.
And then I think the Lycan as well. They were one of the first teams I think in China that started picking Lycan. And
Yeah.
How broken it was. So
I think that sounds about right. But that's the thing, like, they're consistent and they'll find styles that work, but they'll also like they're often ahead of the game, which is where they actually do quite well, because they'll come up with a new strategy, like the Pugna stuff, the Bristleback, the Lycan, before other teams realize how strong it is, and they'll win some tournaments using these strats. So
I think individually they have one of the best players in China with the FY. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Super as well. Super is really, really good. I think he played really well at TI3.
He's really underrated. I agree. And Sila's a rock solid carry player. So
I think the mid role kind of moved away with Super's strengths, I think. Super was the kind of the Alchemist, the Beastmaster mid. And I think
Yeah.
the mid role kind of moved over to the farming role. But I think I've seen him play Lanaya quite a bit, or TA quite a bit, so that could be a possibility for this game, TA. TA is actually a pretty good hero.
He's played a couple games at Storm Spirit that I can recall.
Yeah.
But he's been a bit more like he played a lot of Invoker. You go back to TI2 with DK, he was playing Invoker like every single game. It was just like Quaswex Invoker for days on end.
I think IG took this Shadow Demon pick partly because of Star Ladder. I don't think they were picking that much before, but Shadow Demon was one of the more popular picks at Star Ladder.
Yeah, it's still a really strong hero, and it counters BKB heroes really well, I guess. The defensive disruption is just so powerful as well.
Because it was surprising, because before Star Ladder, the Chinese teams, they were first picking Rasta, and they were first banning it, and then suddenly
Yeah.
Star Ladder, I saw neither IG or DK really pick Rasta at all. And even in this game, no team's really been picking. Because it's like, I don't think the Chinese teams before, they were abusing aggressive tri-lanes much, because I think Rasta just gets shit on if you go aggro versus him.
And that was Vici Gaming who started the Rasta trend as well. Like, they were picking Rasta AA back in the kind of the Signer Cup, and like them and DK were kind of the big teams pushing Rasta forward, I'd say. But they've gone off of it. I don't think you can get away with first picking it when heroes like Batrider and Centaur in the pool anymore.
And Mirana. Mirana is also one of those heroes, I think, that's incredibly strong at the moment.
Yeah.
You can just lane him anywhere. And he puts so much pressure, I think, just like with his ultimate. He makes the other team get wards or sentries and dust, and you just have like this aggressive tri-lane threat all the time. I don't know. It seems really strong. I think that hero had a high win rate at Star Ladder as well.
Okay. Do you think it's a hero that needs like a small nerf, or is it? Okay
I
at
think
the
he's
moment?
fine. I think he's one of those heroes that's like he's just fine at where he is. He's like not too OP. He's not too, but he's like he always just fits in. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe him compared to another hero.
Do you
right
think Batrider's OP? I honestly think this is still like one of the strongest heroes in the game.
Yeah, I think so because of the offlane. No other offlaner can farm as fast as him. I think that's one of the bigger things. Because like, and then obviously the blink with the just how Firefly like seem so strong right
Yeah.
now.
The lasso nerf in the last patch, or whatever, where they made it really short range, like it made him a bit harder to play. But once players got used to it, it didn't really affect him at all. All you have to make sure is that you blink directly on top of a hero, and didn't actually change how you play the hero much. It affected your pre-blink dagger laning because it was hard to get a lasso until you had a blink. But once you blink, the hero is exactly the same, really.
Yeah, and he's really good at the tranquil boots because you're just usually a lot of the time you're just walking around
Yeah.
the map, so you can get the tranquil boots early.
What do you think about the Morphling? Probably Silas here. We'll see if it's going to go mid or safe lane. I guess maybe they'll wait and see. But do you think Morphling's a good pick here?
I think Vici and Newbie are the two teams that pick it the most in China. The Morph. I've seen them. I think I've seen Burning occasionally play it as well, but he plays everything. So,
Yeah, he does.
but I think Salar. This was Salar's favorite hero at TI2 though, if I recall, right?
Yeah, that's right, for
So-
LGD.
I think he was known as the best Morphling right at that moment, with him and Zhou, the best morphs. But
Yeah.
and I think Hao also has a pretty good morph. But I like IG's heroes actually versus the morph. I think SD is one of the best heroes versus morph in the mid and late game because of just you have the two disrupted illusions and then the illusions take all the agility damage. So especially if you get the second spell off as well, it does a bunch of damage on the morphling.
This is almost like reminiscent of like the old like LGD int style with the Shadow Demon plus Chen roaming around.
Yep.
So they can get very aggressive early on. And Mirana Centaur, they haven't picked up. Mirana can play that carry role, I guess, but I think more likely they just pick up another kind of good semi carry for the mid lane.
Oh, Visage. I don't know about the Visage pick. It seems kind of greedy with the Sand King. It's like two heroes that need a lot of levels in farm.
Yeah,
And
that's true. I don't know if they even want to try lane the Morphling with those two heroes, because then Morphling's not going to get that much protection when these two heroes are trying to get farm and levels in the jungle. Like I feel like this is a game where you want to be sending Morphling mid.
I think another problem is that Visage is one of the weaker supports versus the Centaur. Because
Oh yeah.
it's very hard for Visage to harass the Centaur out of lane. Because Visage will honestly takes more damage than the Centaur if Centaur has a stout shield. Because of the Visage nerf that happened where he has 0 armor. So
Yeah.
it's really hard. I think the play that IG is going to go for is they're going to go safe lane, tri lane with the SD, Mirana, and Chen. I think the SD and Chen are going to rotate into the other team safe lane at some point with the smoke. I think it's like the old LGD move really. I think I've seen other teams use it as well, but it was LGD used it the most back then. But they're just gonna help out the Mirana at the start, and then I think they're gonna roam down because that Visage and Sand King are pretty easy kills.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And with this, but around the time, like if you want to wait till Centaur it's level 6, you're guaranteed to be finding kills. But I don't even know if they have to wait that long. So.
And another cool thing is the Centaur with the Chen has a lot of synergy, because when you use Centaur uses ultimate, it makes the Chen creeps move really fast.
Yeah. Oh wow. Good point. Luna going to be the last pick for IG, so this looks like they're going to be the carry hero for Luo. So this puts Mirana in mid lane for Ferrari. An interesting little, I guess. I mean, like you say, Mirana can lane absolutely anywhere. You can off lane mid, safe lane farm. This hero is very, very flexible.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that since one of the supports is really a really good ganker, it's if you put the Mirana mid, the SD can just like solo smoke gank mid or something, and just come and disrupt the enemy mid hero, and then you have an arrow to follow up. I think that's one of the cool things about Mirana mid. Cloud9 does it a lot with like Rubik and SD, and I haven't seen them pick Bane lately, but and Empire does it as well.
Yeah. And then the Chen can just be farming away in the jungle. Like, Chen can wait till he hits level 5, level 6 before he comes out and goes to help the lanes, goes to push some towers while SD can get those early game kills, so...
That's a Darkseer
the
mid.
last pick, yeah. Looks at like super playing it, so... Vici Gaming almost have to run a safe lane tri lane because of the nature of their two supports, I feel. So it does put Darkseer probably mid unless they mix things up by putting Super in the off lane or the Darkseer in the off lane. But
I'm wondering what inclined them to pick the DS. They don't really have that much. They have I guess it's the whole Darkseer Sand King combo they wanted to stop for.
what IG have swapped roles? What's going on here?
Shit.
Team in trouble. Chuan's playing carry.
Damn.
That's a sign that things are not going too well in the IG camp. I tell you that.
You think they're gonna swap or something?
We'll see. If it stays this way, that to me is like a big sign that IG are having some internal issues. If it stays this way.
Yeah, and he bought items as well. This looks like it's Chuan carry. Holy shit.
Dang, it's been a while since I've seen Chuan play like a core hero.
Yeah.
He used to play off lane back in like the original like IG when they had two teams, and like back in LGD.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Chuan carry. Damn.
This is bringing back way old memories.
I actually saw Luo. He used to play. I remember the old Rattlesnake team that he was part of. That
Yeah.
team used to swap roles a bunch.
Oh yeah.
Like
Luo and Lamb would just like carry that team all day long. Mostly Lamb, but Luo had some big games as well. And like you say, like he would sometimes be. He was kind of the most like a captain type player for the team. And I feel like that's where maybe he hasn't fit that well into IG, because IG just needed a stable carry player, and they get Luo, who's plays whatever the team needs and is more like the captain / leader type. But
I don't know though. It's Chuan. Chuan was such a good support. Like he kind of changed how support. He's like the original FY if you think about it.
yeah, the
So-
playmaker supports.
Yeah, the solo smoke, solo ganker. Him like Chuan, Kuro, and FY. I guess.
Yeah.
The three.
It's a good time to experiment. Like a big LAN tournament just ended for IG. The TI is obviously coming up. The other big LAN going on at the moment is the WPC. But if they want to see if this is going to work better for them, it's the right time to do it, I guess. But it still shows they're not happy with how things are going. They feel like they have to mix things up.
This is interesting. YYF got pool 2 regen, so he's gonna have a bunch of regen for this lane. This is, it's honestly it's really hard for Sand King and Visage to zone out a Centaur. I think we actually ran this versus Centaur lane as well, and those two supports really can't do anything at all to the return damage.
Yeah. It's partly why I feel some supports, like you don't see Visage very often. That Starlight, who was hardly picked, was partly because of just how popular the Centaur is.
Yeah.
You need
And
to
it's not
have...
just that, it's like it's really hard for Visage to zone offlaners.
Yeah.
Like a Darkseer, even a Clockwork. So, and I think since the whole offlane got changed, it's the other team safe lane has to pick supports that can zone the offlaner more, because it's like early game is the battle of the offlaner who can really get more. And if you have like, that's why Dazzle's so popular, I think, because Dazzle's one of the best supports at zoning people out. You just spam the poison sting, the poison touch or whatever.
Okay. Well, we'll see what the two teams are going to do here. We'll introduce our teams. It's IG versus Vici Gaming in the round of 16 in the WVW. We've got ROTK on the offlane Batrider for Vici Gaming. Solo mid will be Super on a Darkseer. We're going to have a Sand King in the jungle for now. Going to be played by FY, the big playmaker of Vici Gaming. Sylar on the carry Morphling. Then finally it's going to be Fenrir on the Visage. Looking over the dire side, we see Team IG. Chuan mixing things up. He's going to be playing your carry Luna up top, laning it out with Luo on the Chen, as well as the Shadow Demon played by Faith. Mid lane will be Ferrari 430 playing a solo mid Mirana, and then finally YYF in the off lane. He plops on a ward. This should get immediately dewarded if there's sentries, and yep, FY's got one, so they'll deal with that with ease.
I think YYF was at this spot. It's like you have to kind of just gamble with where they're gonna deward you.
He didn't run down there. Like normally you see the offlaners run down there as soon as they spawn with boots to get that ward off, and he planted it really late, and he got spotted with this observer ward planting it. So
He's playing really passive in this. I don't think they can really outright kill him level 1 with the boot. I think he's playing a bit too passive. So
like Sand King has boots as well, but like Centaur should be able to get away from anything here.
yeah, and he can even just level up Stomp as well and run away. If they ever go on him, he just stomps them.
Yeah.
Which he did get. So.
Yeah, he's got the stomp. He's just stealing some neutral XP here, but this is not really that much. He doesn't want to be sharing neutrals, so he could just be leeching XP from the lane, I feel like, as you said, so not really the best result from him. As for mid lane, Darkseer versus Mirana, this is an unusual lane, and I think you mentioned a bit earlier, the Darkseer pick just seems a bit odd. Like, how does Darkseer really fit into this lineup?
I think just for the DS sinking, and I think mid game Lake Darkseer is pretty good versus the Luna with the
WVW just
illusion.
maybe dead here. He's being caught out. The Grave Chill's there. The Hoofstomper and the First Blood goes his way. He just got the double stun from FY combined with a couple Grave Chills. That's...
He didn't expect that
yeah, that's...
at all.
This is just really... I don't know. Inconsistent play coming from... Like, a lot of people will look at IG and, like, pinpoint Luo for a lot of their blame at Salah, but WVW's been really inconsistent over the last couple of months in the offlane role, I feel.
Yeah, and right now, OTK is getting a lot more than him.
Yeah.
And obviously that's probably because of he's a bat rate, but he's actually gonna maybe even screw up with Luo a little bit.
It's really weird to see because YYF, in my opinion, was the best offlane player hands down in the world during that TI2 era. There was no one who came close to him. Back when you had to truly like sack your offlaners, but nowadays he's not playing anywhere near like how he used to play.
Yeah, I think I still think he had some really good games though at Starladder as well. But, his bat raider was pretty legit in some of the games. I think and then he had a really good centaur versus Navi.
Sorry, we'll blame jet lag. They just got back from Kiev.
Yeah.
So, IG, not to the
RTK is
best.
gonna get this. Is he gonna get the stack? Sure.
Looks like he will. Yeah, he'll get the stack as well as a couple neutrals pulled over. So this is a really nice victory. Shadow Demon can come in and leech XP, but for Batrider, he just wants the farm off of this more than anything.
Yeah. And yeah, Wyo is still not level 2 at all. He should be getting at bottom though. They're pushing the wave.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower
I guess he doesn't want to risk going down again. Sanking's got mana and just a second for another stun. He's about to hit level 3 as well. They're actually going for a fast T1 tower. They're bassering up on Sylar. Not the easiest thing to do. He's going to leech just from the trees. So he will get some XP here, but... Man, this is not what you'd expect from your offlane center. You'd be thinking it's going to get a lot more. Top lane, they've gone in. Disruption, ROTK. Gets Soul Catch it up, and he's going to get away. The Lucent Beam not doing enough damage to bring him down. Shadow Poison chases after, but... If that hits, it will be a kill, but the second Shadow Poison not landing.
Yeah, Benchuan is down.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yes, then.
attack.
I mean, I guess 6 doesn't really that matter in the long run, but I guess he's missed a bit of CS. Because he's contesting the lane versus the Bat Raider.
And when Batrider was doing the pulls, he was coming in to try and stop the pull.
Radiant's
So,
top tower
I don't
is
think it's
under
so much that
attack.
he's... Like, it's not so much he's behind, it's just that the offlane Batriders are applying a lot more pressure than the Centaur is. Centaur's done nothing to this bottom lane until now.
Honestly, that's pretty, like, it's not a hard lane to go versus for Bat. Like, ROTK, they can't really kill him if they disrupt him. With a slow or a stun or anything. Chen would have to have ganked. It's one thing I haven't... I'm thinking about the Chen. The Chen hasn't really rotated, and I thought the Chen and SD would roam. But they're really not.
No ganks on mid lane. Like, this Darks is rotated towards the jungle now, but Darks has been very low for some time. You disrupt into an arrow, you can get kills now that Ferrari's level 5.
Yeah. So I think just IG needs to kind of force something right now, because if Morphling versus Luna it's a hard matchup to really call. It depends a lot on who gets the early farm, I think.
Well, I think
Equally, it
IG
just
maybe
changes
thinking they
things.
can just take towers once Chen Hit gets like a fast mech for the team.
Yeah.
Because this is like an AUI 2000 Chen where he's just going to spend the first 6 or 7 minutes farming in the jungle.
Yeah.
Let's
RTK
scout
is
it out.
actually going so far.
Oh no, Batrow's going to go for the neutral instead. That gets him some good golden XP, but not much more beyond that.
That's another thing VG does compared to the other Chinese. They push the safe lane tower a lot earlier than most of the other teams. I think even back then they were pushing it really. Like they used to bring Super in from the mid lane, and they used to push it when he was Dragonite or whatever. They used to push it really early. Some of the Chinese teams like IG, they don't really push the safe lane tower that fast.
It's always been like one of their strategies to go for these early game pushes, as we will see. Oh, get Lucent Beam, Sentinel Stomp, not going to hit ROTK at top lane, but he goes down anyways. The right click damage more than enough, and that was just so easy. Like, they could have done that ages ago. That was without the Centaur stun even being used. I guess it was partly because they had a level 2 test of faith, but... Centaur shows up top, he wasn't actually needed for that, but he'll come nonetheless for what looks to be a tier 1 tower trade, but Batrider shows up, Firefly's down on the creep wave, and I don't think they're going to be able to get this tower too easily, at least.
Yeah, ROTK is still pretty poor. That's another thing about this. They haven't really had stack anything for ROTK. So,
Oh yeah.
so Blink, I think Radiant Jungle is pretty important though, because on the Radiant Jungle, Batrider can farm a lot faster than somewhat on the Dire. It's just like the camps are a lot easier for the Batrider.
Yeah. Well, it will be a tier 1 tower, so both teams getting the safe lane tower. Ferrari
middle
rotated in
tower is
Plop's
under-
lane, so he was there just in case they tried to defend it. It's kind of just safe, secure play from Ferrari, making sure he shows up in case he's needed.
Dire's bottom tower
He's now
is
hit level
under
7 as
attack.
well, so he can offer a lot of damage should fights start breaking out. Has the Moonlight Shadow as well, and that's something where this Radiant team have to be prepared with sentries or dust, because they could well get caught out by Moonlight Shadow. I don't think there's any detection on the
Dire's
Radiant
middle
side for the
tower
time
is
being.
under attack.
RTK is playing really well. He kind of thinks that the gank's coming, but he's playing really
Yeah.
bad. He's gonna die still.
Needs to Firefly over these trees. There's your Shadow Demon Disruption's going to land. The Centaur stun isn't going to get here in time. It should. He's going to miss it.
What?
Lure.
He should have gotten that, I think.
Yeah.
That's really big.
It looked like he was close enough for it. Did he
Yeah.
use the wrong Centaur stun, or
Oh, I think he could have put the Centaur over the Disrupt and stunned
Yeah.
him in time, but it like
Dire's
I think he
bottom
put it
tower
late.
is under
he
attack.
actually the Centaur was over the Disruption before he came out of the Disruption, but well, I don't know, man. I stand up for Luo so many times, and one day I'm just gonna I'm gonna run out of ability to stand up for this guy. I don't know. We got super mid lane. He's actually got some backup here in the form of the Visage, but not much you can do about Ferrari. Ferrari's level 8 now, has a Ring of Aquila coming out in just a moment. He's really applying a lot of pressure onto Super, but he has to be careful because there is Batrider mid.
Chuan is actually going for the fighting build. He's
yeah,
not going
good
for the
job.
mask, so maybe he can still go for the drum. This is the build I see most of the Chinese Lunas go for when they like Luna stopped being picked a
Dire's
bit by
middle
the Chinese
tower
teams.
is
I
under
felt, but
attack.
I think they saw it on versus
So
EG.
Sama.
Like, yeah, and even Silent has a very good Luna.
Yeah. It's such a good, like, and it fits the not Vici Gaming picking it fits like a Vici Gaming style where you're going for those fast early towers, which like a Vici Gaming type of draft does like to do, but it's IG here now with it, and with the Chen, they've only taken the one tower so far, but I have a feeling they'll be looking for a lot more fairly soon. Luo's already got his Arcane Boots up, and Darkseid's actually going to go for the mech for Vici Gaming, so we'll see mech up already on the Darkseid. Chen's still a bit of a ways away from his mech though.
That's a really fast mech on the DS.
He's
And
stacking neutrals quite heavily. It's only now just been blocked about a minute ago, maybe less. He had like 3 and 4 stacks up in his own jungle earlier.
yeah, and Ferrari's putting a lot of pressure mid. I think what Ferrari's doing is Ferrari needs to kind of carry this game. I feel because
That sums up IG over the last month or so.
I mean he's doing a good job. He's putting a lot of pressure
Yeah.
mid because it's like it's hard for them to gank him for the Bat Raider blink. And ROTK is still so he's gonna have a very very late blink. And that's straight.
We'll see what Fry can do. He's got the TP score ready if there's any action in these side lanes, but he's smart not to
Radiant's
just
middle
force
tower is
rotations
under
without getting any
attack.
kills. His supports are going to make their way towards his mid lane, and with the tower already getting low, I think they realize that this tier 1 could well be picked up. They get a disrupt and it should lead towards a kill. Famer is the one at mid lane, just trying to get himself up to level 6, and bottom, they go in. Oh, there's a surge on the Sand King, but Centaur's way far back.
Oh, they can get this, I think.
Yeah, disruption mid lane. Ferrari now should follow with an arrow, hits it, and that's going to be a dead Visage. Nothing Batrider can do. He's level 6 here, but needs to stay as far away as possible. But it's a tier 2 tower bottom that looks like Vici Gaming will pick up, so that's a pretty small loss for them, just their Visage in mid lane, it
is
feels
under
like.
attack.
It's tier. I don't. They did this. No, they have a mech. Yeah,
Tier
this
1
is
for a tier 2? Yeah.
This is really good for VG.
The tier 1 is like one of the hardest towers to take down in the game this early on, so it's not like IG are getting nothing out of this trade, but this is a fat and very farm morphling.
I think a bigger thing is with that tower, FY is that much closer to his Blink Dagger as well. That tower helped him quite a bit.
Also,
So-
Batrider's Blink Dagger. Like, he doesn't... just any gold going the way towards the Batrider going to help out.
It's like 3 heroes on VG are going to get the Blink Dagger. It's going to be the Sand King, this Darkseer, and then this Bat Raider. And it's just going to be like they're going to be blinking around. And I don't know if IG is going to be able to control that because they only really have one lockdown if you think about it. And with the arrow as well, it's like I won't say arrow is that much of a lockdown, but just the Centaur stun and then maybe the disrupt and the
Yeah.
ulti.
The disruption plus arrow at least counts for one of their big lockdowns. Like, I think that plus the Centaur is still decent. And in theory, Chen can have multiple Centaurs, although right now he's not packing any Centaurs with him. But I don't know. IG will have mech on the Chen soon, so I feel like IG's teamfight's good, but they have to make sure they don't get picked off by these Blink Dagger initiations. Once Batrider has one, it will be problematic for him. Here's Moonlight Shadow mid lane. They're going to be seeing up a kill on the Batrider. The arrow going to follow up the disruption. That's ROTK dead. Starstorm to follow. ROTK can't escape. Stampede even being used by IG just to ensure the kill, so The first Moonlight Shadow of the game we've seen in. Works out very well at the mid lane.
Ferrari and Faith hurting the combos. They're getting some kills,
Yeah.
which they really need, I think. And Ferrari's actually going for the Lincolns. I'm not sure about this.
He's really... I think he realizes, like, he's carrying this game, and that means Batrider's going to be going for him every single fight with Blink lassos.
Yeah, the problem is they're gonna. I think I really like this Maelstrom build that Sing's been going lately. Like Mjolnir just seems so broken at this stage. Like you put on your Centaur or whatever, and they just run in and they tank all the damage.
And dish
I'm
out
not-
a ton of damage.
Yeah. So I don't know about this Lincoln still. It's like it's gonna take him quite a while to farm, and then he's not gonna have that much damage.
Yeah. I've never been a big fan of like Lincoln's first on many heroes. Like Morphling, it seems to be okay most of the time, but Weaver being another big hero. But a hero like Mirana, like it could like Drums kind of do a similar thing to your Lincolns. Gives you some good stats and just some nice kind of just early game presence. But we'll see a Blink.
Oh, nice Ferrari.
Well, I guess FY could have almost reacted a little bit to that one. But Arrow gonna go mid lane. Will hit Sylar, but he should be okay.
I think what happened is Super also searched
Dire's
himself
top tower
over
is
search
under
the Sand
attack.
King. I don't know if he should have searched who he should have searched there, but maybe he should Ion Cell the Sand King and searched him in. I'm not sure about that.
All right.
Dire's
Well, T1
middle
tower gonna go
tower
down.
is
So
under
Vici
attack.
Gaming just keep getting more and more
Dire's
towers here. They
middle
can now look
tower
to swing
has
mid. The
fallen.
one hero we haven't looked at too much, Chuan is farming a BKB up, so it seems IG. I mean, Vici Gaming as well as they're getting these blinks up, but IG will have a BKB on Luna. They'll have a Blink Centaur. They still have a really scary team fight. Combine that with a Chen with Mech plus Hand of God. If Avicii Gaming don't focus down targets quickly, I still think these mid-game team fights are going to be pretty 50-50.
Oh, another important item is the Blink Dagger and YYF. It's really big. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard for me though.
I don't know
to
if
see
either
who's-
team's actually leading this game right now. Like, Vici Gaming have a slight edge.
Dire's
They're
top
taking down more
tower is
towers,
under
but
attack.
IG, like, they're getting good farm on Chuan. He's a little behind Morphling. Okay, he's actually quite a bit behind the Morphling. Morphling getting a lot of tower gold, but...
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Gonna get far.
attack.
Oh,
No,
no.
Ferrari. He gets out of their mid lane. There was a sentry ward in the lane.
Chuan, the thing is, Morphling, the Lincolns, how do they really kill the Morph with the Lincolns though? That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Well, he's not gonna. They can maybe can't kill him, but they can take towers. They can do other things. Until
Radiant's
Morphling has
bottom
a
tower
Ethereal
is
Blade
under
as well,
attack.
he's not going to do
Radiant
that much in a fight.
structures are
Maybe.
fortified.
I think the problem is like the split push capabilities
Radiant's
of
bottom
VG
tower
just
has
seem so
fallen.
like IG don't really have that much pick off heroes. That's the problem I feel. Like how do they really break the base of
Dire's
VG?
top
Like they
tower
can take
has
all their
fallen.
outer tier 1s and tier 2s, but how do they really break VG's tier 3?
I feel
And
like
it's
that's
like
what
a-
we've been watching for 15 minutes. Is both teams just taking out of towers with not a single fight. It's 1 kill to 3. I just noticed. As we will see some action in the mid lane. FY,
Oh.
he should get scouted. There's even a sentry there. Central's blink gets cancelled by the familiars, unfortunately. I thought we were going to see some action, Bulba.
No, both teams just want to farm their items.
Farm their items, farm their towers. Super
Super?
gets blinked on in the mid lane, and this should be a kill. Pops a mech here. There is a demonic purge. There's going to be a wall vacuum. Catches out 3 here. There's a heal from the Chen just to make sure they stay alive. Batrider trying to find a pick off. He's got a blink lasso, but not much on top of that. He's a bit short on mana right now.
That's actually a really big kill. I don't know why Super was playing so cocky up there. He saw the blink on the Centaur.
Yeah, Centaur's, yeah, he was flashing it around in the mid lane and in the jungle, so.
Yeah.
Should have been known, but now there's a Lincoln's. 15.5 minutes in, Sylar. Not just like a straight Lincoln's rush. He's got Treads, Aqua,
Radiant's
and
bottom
Magic one to go
tower
with
is
this.
under
Sylar's
attack.
freaking huge right now.
Yeah. He's gonna. This is a really fun game. Once he gets the E-Blade up, I really like this. I like this build over the Midas on the Morphling. I think I really just like Midas on Morph. I'm sure like AUI as well. Like every time a Morphling gets Midas, I think EE won Midas Morph one game. He won Midas bots on Morph, and I think AUI just flamed the hell out of that build. So
Well,
I
Shotgun
really,
comes up so late with that,
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't think Morph really needs the like Morphling just needs these two items. He needs the Lincolns and he needs the E-Blade.
Okay.
And with that, he's just ownage. You don't really. I don't think you need that Midas. So, I like this build a lot more. Than,
Why do you get Midas on a hero like Shadow Fiend, but not Morphling per se?
I don't know. It's like Morphling first. He'll be in the safe lane, and I think you just want. You can put a lot of pressure. I think with Morph.
Well, do you think, like, what if you're a solo mid morphling? Then you.
I think with
Is it-
solo mid morph you should get Midas.
Dire's middle
I think with
tower
safe
is
lane
under
morph you shouldn't
attack.
get Midas. And
Yeah.
that's my opinion.
Okay.
So, I like this Linken's build quite a bit by rushing the Linken's over getting a Midas or whatever.
Yeah, I think the safe lane minus is something that's being phased out a bit.
I still feel IG needs to make the move. They're just gonna get out farm this game and lose.
They've got a Lincoln Sphere of their own coming out soon from this Marana, but not up just yet. And there's going to be a smoke from Vici Gaming. They've only got 1 kill on the board in 17 minutes, and making their way towards this top lane. They'll be looking to sit behind this Morphling a bit, and they can just take tower after tower. And this Chen may be one getting caught out if they run his direction, but they're going to run towards the left here. Both teams have numbers near this top lane, so... Oh, Ferrari's going to scatter the Darks here, so... He realizes something up, immediate leap away, and Batrider fireflies forward. He's got a blink, but no force stuff, which makes this kind of tricky. Gets the grab on Ferrari. There is going to be a self-disruption. There's going to be an epicenter forward. This is not going to do too much damage. Where's your send back? Vacuum wall comes through. That's a dead Marana. Eclipse coming out from Chuan. Doing decent damage. They're going to kill the Barra to start things off here. Now they want Fenrir as well. Fenrir throws a soul assumption or two. Not quite enough yet. Now Luo taking big damage. He just ran into that one. That was not the best positioning from Luo. There should be a Burrow Strike from FY. Catches out the Shadow Demon. Faith will be the next one to take a fall. Soul Assumption finishing him off. As Centaur just blinks the hell out of there and TP's home. That was a bit of a sloppy fight from IG.
I didn't expect Ferrari to die there. I thought he could leap out in time. But
His
I
leap
guess,
was on cooldown.
Oh, really? Okay,
When he spotted the Darkseer in like he revealed the Darkseer smoke and he immediately leapt backwards to meet up with his team. And then Batrider came in when his leap was on cooldown.
Oh, okay, that was my bad then. But yeah, him having no leap, yeah, that was a really bad fight for for IG there. They lost all their map control with that. And now it's like Saddler's gonna get his...
This is such a fast
Yeah.
E-Blade. Oh my god, this is going to be like 20-minute E-Blade maybe. Maybe a bit later than that, but... Oh, this is huge farm for Sylar. All the tower gold he's accumulated this game, as well as getting a kill or two here or there.
This is one of the most farm morphlings. He's gonna have... I think by 24 minutes he's gonna have Lincoln's E-Blade. Insane.
Michi Gaming, plenty of options for them here. Chuan's about to have a BKB. He's got his BKB, but it'll help a little bit. But he can still be just picked off so easy because of the Blink Daggers. Blink Lasso, even Blink Burrow Strike, catching him before he pops a BKB. And this draft is just not built for killing Morphling. Morphling is... They just don't have... I mean, they've got decent burst damage, but it just doesn't feel like enough unless they really focus everything on him with a Soul Catcher or something.
That's the problem, I think, with the Chen. They didn't do enough with the Chen at all, I felt like. I feel with this Chen hero, if you pick it now, you need to put so much pressure on the other enemy team. There was literally no rotation early on from them besides pushing their top lane. I felt they could have even just pressured... The Chen could have even just pressured bottom lane by himself, even. Or ganked mid. It's like they didn't do anything at all, besides maybe kill... They took ROTK's tower and then they killed him once, but besides that...
This is a pretty big item pickup. The 4 stuff now on ROTK means pickoffs will be so much easier for Vici Gaming. And I feel like with this, it's going to get really tricky for IG to fight.
Yeah. And there's no Lincolns yet on the Marana. He's still quite around 1k away.
Smoked up here. They're going to run directly into them. Batrider's got a blink. He tries to go forward, leap away. Nicely played from Ferrari. The Stampede coming out as well. BKB Luna on the front lanes. Pops an Eclipse down as well. Not enough damage just on Super. He stays alive. Now Chuan backs off to the high ground here. Lincolns get procced on Sylar. They want to go into this Roshan. Roshan's still nice and healthy. They get a kill on the Sand King to start things off. Not sure what he was doing in the fray. And now Faith getting shotgunned down by an Ethereal Blade. Morphling waveform forward. Faith's still alive though. Decent damage output coming in. They've killed off 3. They haven't even lost the Shadow Demon. He manages to just barely escape. IG, they're fighting back all of a sudden. Buyback from the Darkseer, but he's not back in this fight. Morphling just replicates himself out of there. Shadow Demon does end up dying to... Oh, dies to the Familiars. That's cruel. He escaped on like 5 HP and got hunted down by the birds. That was
such a bad team fight from VG. I felt
they didn't get the lasso on Ferrari. Like,
yeah, they coordinated really poorly too. No one was really using spells properly. Like I have no idea. I feel Super made a mistake. He should go Blink Dagger. I don't think he should go BKB this game. You should really be
On
able
the
to blink
duck, yeah.
vacuum.
Roshan has fallen
That's
to the dire.
IG winning a team fight and getting an Aegis and Roshan off of it, so a lot of gold going their way. They're going to fire an arrow through, not going to catch anyone just yet. Epicenter, blink forward, there's a Burrow Strike as well. They've got a Mech to try and heal this up, they need to do so. Mech is there, but there's a waveform, vacuum! Whoa, catches everyone! Shen going to be the first to take a fall. There could be some more to spill afterwards. There's going to be Ferrari in the front lines. He drops a gem, it gets returned. Chuan just BKBs after he respawns from Aegis. What a bait coming out from Vici Gaming. They saw them coming in. YYF just trying to save Chuan's life. Now there's a Stampede out. Can the YYF get out of here? Burrow Strike in 1 second. Dead center, at least it looks like it. Flamebreak gonna finish him off, and Shadow Demon on the run. I don't think he's getting out of this one. Sylar can just chase him down. Waveform forward, and Faith has got nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. What a turnaround from Vici Gaming. That was with IG having an Aegis.
I was just talking about how it's hard for Super to get a
Bottom tower is
vacuum,
under attack.
but
When
it's like
FY goes big like that, it helps
that was
set things
FY.
up.
That was perfect.
Dire's
Epi
middle
there from
tower is
FY.
under
He
attack.
saw it and he went for it. He didn't really
Well,
hesitate or anything.
It was a nice epi from FY, but Super was the one kind of baiting them in. Super was like
Yeah.
dancing around as if like he was kind of feeding, and then FY was just waiting there in fog, ready to go with an epicenter. So I think you do credit some of that to Super actually being the
Dire's
one to
middle
bait them in.
tower has fallen.
So
Radiant's bottom tower
This
under
is almost straight
attack.
up Raxus here. IG have everyone respawned here. YYF blinks into a familiar stun, double familiar stun. There's this shotgun on Sylar, so anyone who comes near that's called Shadow Demon will go down.
this shotgun is just gonna change this game. I mean, already kind of.
Chen, Shadow Demon, just gonna become a food.
Even the Luna, it forces the Luna
Yeah.
to pop BKB in the fights, which is pretty big. I don't think he's gonna be using the Luna though, unless Luna has no BKB.
They keep their Raxes alive. That's the good news for IG. But
Another cool thing about Sanking is it's like he has one of the stuns that you can stun someone before they BKB, which I think is really important because it's hard to BKB really a blink Sanking stun. It's like
it's different to like a hoof stomp, I guess.
yeah, it's like hoof stuns. Honestly, if people expect the hoof stun coming, it's really easy to dodge because there's such a huge cast animation.
Yeah.
But Sanking stun's one of those. You can see them. You just blink stun. You don't really need to epi. You can just blink stun, and it's free before they BKB.
So yeah, they've got the Blink Burrow Strike as well as Lasso, so they've got plenty of ways of dealing with Luna this game. And Luna's just not that farm. Luna's sitting on 9.5k net worth to the 14,000 of Morphling here.
Chuan's trying. I think he's still he's trying to carry this game. It's hard though
Yeah.
because Luna, especially with the build he went for the team fight build, and they didn't really win that many team fights. So
The drums has not paid off this game.
Yep.
At
I still
least-
like the drums build. Though. It's like I felt maybe they could have even smoke ganked with the Luna early game and just had him go with the drums and they just take bottom tower or something. But I felt they didn't really participate with the Luna even though he went the safe build. So
So now Vici Gaming just happy to focus on pushing out these lanes and just getting some more map control. FY is just playing very aggressive here in the jungle. I think realizing... I don't think there's a gem up. The gem's been reclaimed by the Radiant side, so it's back on Batrider. Yeah, RTK has got the gem. So map control is slight edge Vici Gaming's way. They've actually got a really nice observer ward sitting right on where the tier 3 tower was mid lane, and this gives them a ton of information. They've got the secret shop warded right now. Vici Gaming's warding is giving them all the info they need about what IG are doing.
what does ROTK 6? He has the gem, so I mean he has the BKB in a bit.
Yeah.
Once he gets the BKB, honestly they already can't stop the Bad Rider in these fights. Like they can disrupt the person. Or Ferrari might be in trouble.
Oh, they break his Lincolns. They're going to go in. I think it was, what, Forstaff was saying that broke the Lincolns?
Yeah, I think so. There's a
Yeah, it was the Forstaff from the Batrider. It looked like Darkseid cast a spell. I'm like, wait, Darkseid can't break his Lincolns. But Forstaff, Blink, Lasso, and that's a dead Mirana. And it looks like we will see high ground breach. As Morphling just going to shoot down a Chen creep there.
Chen playing defensive with the Chen when you're like turtling like this is just one of the worst things.
Yeah, BKB super. He's got the vacuum wall. He just walks in. He doesn't even need the wall. He gets it now as an afterthought. Kills off 2 more. Centaur should be the next to take a fall. And YYF on the run. Soul Assumption will finish him off. Chuan, the only man left standing. And he's got BKB. He's got 1800 gold, but he can't fight. He's on his own. Raxus will go down and Vici Gaming. Super just walked in. He made that look so easy. I don't know how that just happened. He just...
Dire's middle
Yeah,
barracks
he like who needs a blink when he can just surge? God.
Yeah. They just grouped up for him. Like, it didn't even need, like, the vacuum was there, but like they were grouped up in such a small AoE already that could have been like a level 1 vacuum and they would have all got caught out.
Yeah. So that was, I mean,
Dire's
IG,
structures are
what can they really do?
fortified.
They're just going to be sitting here waiting for the game to end.
Dire's top tower
Yeah.
is
Ferrari-
under attack.
Ferrari, I still don't think I agree with the Lincoln's purchase. It just seems too
Dire's top
defensive an
tower
item.
has fallen.
But I don't think it would have mattered really with this item choice. They were.
Yeah,
was
he's
already
going back
really
for the
hard.
Maelstrom now, but like, end of the day, like, Vici Gamer were getting so many pickoffs with the Blink Daggers, it feels like. And
Yeah.
now Morphling's got BKB as well, so things are looking up for Vici Gaming. This is a best of 1 elimination match. IG, they lose this, they're out of the tournament, so this could be a quick exit for them.
Another role swap. Possible.
Yeah. Who's playing what in the next game?
For Ferrari support.
Let's put Faith on hard carry.
Faith on mid. Sean on carry.
But YYF is one of those players who used to play mid as well as carry as well before he switched to the off lane. He's played it all.
I don't think they'll switch YYF. I mean, honestly, I think they're just going to go back to Chuan playing support.
Yeah,
I think
I think the recipe they have is fine. I think this is an unnecessary experiment for them. Like,
it's just some post-star ladder.
I think it's gonna just be like drafting more to their strength and just finding a playstyle that suits them more than like saying, okay, we need to switch our roles up and start looking to blame players or whatever it may be. Not that I think IG... who knows what's going on inside IG's mind right now. Maybe they're not blaming anyone. This is just purely experimental from them, and they're actually in good hopes.
Maybe they're going to be one of those teams that, like, they're going to be the Rattlesnakes, but they're switching support and carry.
Yeah. You never knew what Rattlesnake were doing. I honestly loved casting them and was so happy they qualified for TI3 just because they were such a random team to watch. Like, you just had no idea what they were thinking half the time.
Who did they lose to? I forgot. In the TI. They beat Dignitas, and I think they lost to... Or actually...
In the actual loser bracket, who did they lose to?
Yeah. Forgot. It's been a while.
I can't remember. Did they
It
beat...
was-
They didn't beat Did they actually beat Dignitas in the first round?
Oh, no,
No, they lost. They lost in the first round from memory.
Yeah, they lost to Dignitas. Okay, yeah, they lost to Dignitas.
that sounds more like it. But they in the actual prelims they won like 4 or 5 games, which wasn't. I mean, that's a decent showing. Like, it wasn't like they got embarrassed, and they came through the wild card. Like, they weren't expected to be a team who even won 50% of their games, but they managed to win like a good 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah. So, message about the visitors. They have Ags.
Yeah.
I think they're afraid of pushing the high ground.
Even
Even though
waiting
IG,
Roshan, minute and 45 seconds it looks like, and Roche is back up.
even though honestly, it's IG's base isn't that hard to break. It's like they don't really have that much besides the Centaur Stomp. Maybe they're good at
Yeah.
the BKB. They really have nothing to stop the BKB.
Chen can't do all too much to defend. Luna actually going to get caught out. There's a Blink Lasso. They've caught Twine here. He's going to get burst down before he can do anything. Gets a BKB off. There's a vacuum up. The wall not doing too much. A bit crooked on that one, but the Burrow Strike catches too. Luna going to buy back, and there's your Lincoln's proc from Ferrari. He does manage to leap himself out. Silas trying to chase. He's got the Ethereal Blade up. Arrow going to go through. It looks like it's not going to be quite on the mark here. Chuan's actually trying to turn this one around. He's brought down the Batarang. Wants Sylar as well. Sylar morphing string. Keeps himself alive. Waveform Sword. That's Luna dead twice now. The shotgun will finish off one more. Ultra kill going Sylar's way. Make
Come on,
it a
give her the
rampage.
rampage. Ferrari, come on, be Zai. Be
Yeah.
Zai. Come on,
Dire's
Ferrari.
middle tower is
Doesn't
under
look like
attack.
this isn't a oh
He's gonna do it. No, come on.
he's got too much strength. He can't get the kill. Oh. It's alright, this is just the best one. This isn't Star Ladder.
I guess Ferrari doesn't want to get loved on by Reddit.
I don't think
Dire's
Ferrari
bottom
reached
tower
Reddit.
is under
I know,
attack.
it's pretty funny. Oh well.
Dire's
It goes
I
to
wonder what the
Rampage.
Chinese fans thought of Zai's move.
Dire's
I'm sure they
bottom
like.
barracks are
I don't know.
under
Did anyone notice it?
I imagine they would have. It was definitely like one of those things where a game was over and he just blinked into suicide to give a rampage. Speaking of blinking in, Mirana's going to leap in and bring down the Sand King, but this is 2 sets of Raxus dead. At least it should be about to be. Mirana going to get one more kill here on the Darkseer as he goes down. Femin trying to TP out. That's a no-no. Disruption going to prevent that, and Morphling, he's out of HP, out of mana, so he backs off. So IG get 3 kills out of that, but it doesn't really feel like a victory, that fight for them. I don't know. At least not to me. I don't feel like that was an IG win in any way whatsoever.
Yep, it wasn't. They lost way too much. I don't think Vici really care right now. But they're just gonna do whatever.
No. They
Salar's gonna buy his next item and just one shot someone else.
can do whatever, and it's unlikely to lose this game.
I still think I mean, it's like the Chen pick just seems so out of place. It's if they don't really do anything with it. I feel.
I
with the
was
last-
so happy with their draft, but then they just, like you say, they did nothing with it. Like, it looked like they were going to be so aggressive with the Chen plus Shadow Demon. They never ganked mid with the Shadow Demon. The Chen didn't leave his jungle for such a long time. Centaur also just didn't play the off lane very well in general. So
I think the problem is that it's like you can leave if it's a matchup on your safe lane where you can your safe laner owns their off laner. I think the Shadow Demon could have left the hero there, but since it's a Luna versus Bat, I think it's hard for Luna to really farm 1v1 versus Bat, just because of Luna's turn rate's quite high, and if you get spam sticky on him.
Yeah.
So I think Faith had to stay top and zone the other guy out. That means that they couldn't really dual roam. They could really just roam the top guy. So.
Yep. Well, we'll see what comes next as IG. They are building a butterfly on Chuan, so... Well, Chuan's got like a bit of a like hodgepodge of items. He's got the Talisman, he's got the Morbid Mask. Butterfly's a long way away. Could buy the Helm of the Dominator, but just wants the lifesteal for now, and... Nothing's going to help him out that much. I guess the evasion helps a little bit if he gets Blink Lassoed, but... Most likely he just gets shotgunned down by the Ethereal Blade.
Yeah, they're... I wonder what item he has as butterflies? No, not yet. He's still 1k away. Another cool thing is they're using the Surge, the Bat Rider. Like we haven't seen this in a while because DS and Bat Rider are like never picked together because they're both the offlane role. I think last year or so they were picked where Bat Rider used to go mid or offlane and then Darkseer used to go mid or offlane. But now it's like you never see these two heroes together. So the Surge Bat Rider is actually really potent. It's like
it just means you don't have to go for that like Boots of Travel, Mask of Madness or anything to get the extra movement speed. Oh, he's gone in. He was looking for a lasso. Nice blink from the center. He's trying to take the Aegis out of this one. Ro16's still low. Sylar's going to pick it up, though. That's Morphling with an Aegis now. Waveforms to the high ground. He's not done. He'll bring down the Centaur with a shotgun, and it looks like it's all over here for IG. There's got Chuan in the middle of the pit here. He's got a BKB still. Looks like he got sent home by the Chen. Chen now in trouble. There is a stun. Flamebreak going to cancel it. They've got detection for him as well, and one more Burrow Strike will finish him off. Down goes Luo. Two heroes dead. Luna gets sent home by the Chen, and, well, Aegis is picked up by the Morphling, and with that, I don't think there's much more IG can do to hold this game.
I'm just gonna go down mid. Before he buys a random, he buys a Perseverance, just for the mana Perseverance. He wants the mana regen so he can use more spells.
Yep. Tier 3 tower now, looks like this should go down, and this is... I just don't have a way to defend this. They've got no BKB on Chuan. He's got it maybe... Okay, he's got it in 10 seconds, but without an Eclipse, they've got no damage output without the Luna ultimate. This is looking all over. They'll have one last hurrah here. There's going to be an arrow. It's going to be off the mark. Vacuum going to catch a few here. Chuan goes into BKB. He just needs to stand and fight at this point. There's no other ways around this one. Sanking on the front lines with a BKB of his own. Getting right-clicked down pretty heavily. The Mirana with the gem does have vision here. Will bring down FY. Will pay for it with his life. Now Lasso into the fountain. Catches out Chuan. They want Chuan. They want the Malaysian. He's being sent back home. Will it save his life? No, it won't. He gets brought down in the fountain. Beyond godlike streak for Sylar. And with that, Vici Gaming take the best of one. They'll go through to the quarterfinals to meet Newbie in our next matchup, a best of 3. But for now, that does it, Sam. Vici Gaming, apparently still pretty good.
Yeah, their team fighting is still one of the best, I think, in China. So.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't worry too much about IG. Like, this is just a best of 1. They mix up their roles a bit. They didn't play as well as they could, but at the end of the day, it's just a single best of 1 that you can look at and say IG didn't play that well. Nor did they really draft to, I feel, their strengths. So, I don't know. I don't think we start panicking yet for IG.
Yeah, I don't think it's... I mean, hopefully they don't... I don't think they'd take it that big of a deal as well.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining me, Sam. Apparently you've got an early morning, so you're done after this game now?
Yeah, I think so.
No worries, man. Well, if you guys want to support Bulba, you can follow him on Twitter at LiquidBulba. Any shout-outs for you before you head off?
Shout out to my team. And it sponsors HyperX, Razer, Twitch, Shiny Things, and Barracuda.
Cool. All right, man. Well, thanks for joining me. I'm Gods from Beyond the Summit, and I'll be taking a quick break. When we come back, our quarterfinal match between the winner here, Vici Gaming, and Newbie will be a best of 3 and will be coming your way soon, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.